Hey, welcome back, pilots. Okay, so at the present time, I am playing Raid Shadow Legends on my Chromebook, running a little sidebar here for faction battles. It takes like nothing really. Bandwidth is like TT. Checking out some Instagram, getting back into tarot readings. So I've been tracking a couple of profiles that present options. Um, ooh, that's kind of nice. Would be nice, huh? Playing some Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2! Playing a mini game called Who's the Last Man Standing in the Lobby? It started off with 8 players. It's been about 3 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. I don't know. Time seems to stretch and compact for me with this game. Time dilation in this game is amazingly funny. Also, a mini game. I love mini games. I love mini games. Mini games are so much fun. Anything you can knock out in about 5 minutes or 10 minutes is just awesome. Back in the 80s and 90s, when I was really heavy into board games and role playing games, not the video ones, the tabletop ones. Um, there was a bunch of little pocket games that Steve Jackson released. Car Wars was one of them. Plus, there was a host of other independent studios. Well, then at the time, somewhat independent studios, but they were published through games suppliers like Chessex. Um, the Twerps, the world's easiest role playing system. Not the best, but the easiest. You had one stat, it was strength. And then from there, you pulled out points to apply to skills, which could add to your die roll. Your strength was also your hit points. So there was a death spiral involved here, which I personally kind of liked because it made games quick and fast, made them quick and brutal. You had to be really careful. So then, of course, when video games came out, just about any game that had a mini game in it would be kind of fun. I got hooked on that with the Legend of Zelda, and you could play the little shell game inside the merchant's village, the village, blah, 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 kind of thing. But yeah, so finding fun where it is, however, which way you can find it. Here I am playing Last Man Standing in the lobby. Now, to be fair, I am playing a ranked match and I am playing a higher point level for the ranked match, 650, and it's not a really popular format. A lot of the guys that come out to this are looking for blood, or they're looking to raise their reputation with the sortie master. Thing is that 2 days ago, I got suspended from playing PvP because I went AFK. I was in a horrifically asymmetrical lobby and we were all being spawn killed. And I mean, 2 guys just stopped playing altogether. One of them ranked B, which kind of surprised me because I've always thought that rank Bs and A's would be like, push through no matter what the fuck's going on. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, well, it took forever fucking to find that out. That was the Raid Shadow Legends, by the way. So, yeah, that was disappointing. And so I got up and got myself a coffee, figured I'd be, I had a minute before they force spawned me, but apparently I misjudged my time. When I came back, it said I got removed from the battle for being inactive, which is kind of bullshit because, I mean, I was on my fucking respawn timer, which is about 40 seconds. I figured I had that long just to run down the hall, grab a coffee, and come back because I make iced coffee. And so it's like it's already pre-mixed and just pour it in the cup, throw some cream or whatever, and run down the hall, and I'm done. And I've been faster than than 40 seconds many times. So apparently they decided that this was my third auto spawn because I was just like I got 40 seconds. I can pick my nose, scratch my ass, read some posts on Instagram or whatever. I didn't have to stress about it, and I didn't feel like stressing about it. See, spy count was gross. We don't want to do that. Let's try this. I got Shaman finally. My last account in Raid Shadow Legends, I fed my Shaman because she got a low rating from a bunch of YouTubers. And then I was like, a month or two later, they buffed her again. And I'm like, that's it. Fucking never mind. Anything of rare or higher, I put it in my reserve vaults. And if I don't feel like playing with it, or if I feel like, the YouTubers and the reviewers are spot on with their assessments. But yeah, especially Shaman because she has a revive with 25% health for her teammates. And I'm like, at an early game state, even with Still of the Drakes, that's still a viable thing. More importantly, so because of faction wars, I'm trying to climb the faction wars. I still consider myself early game in Raid Shadow Legends because I've yet to scratch. I've yet to. The way I do it is this: any level you can complete under 1 minute in any activity, that's how you judge where your game is. So if you're like super early game, playing dungeon levels 10, that's Dragon, Ice Golem, Fire Knight, Minotaur, Spider, God help you. Uh, those are the mains, those are the cores. If you could do level 10 under a minute, you're doing okay from early game. If you could do level 14, 15 under a minute, you're doing good for late early game. Mid game is technically about getting to level 20. Mid game is actually about a level 20 because beyond level 20 is the hard modes, and that is your end game content. And I am way early game, but I keep trying to push myself because I want to get my Arbiter before my 1 year anniversary coming up in spring. In my old account, it took me almost 4 years before I finally got my Arbiter because I just wasn't paying attention. I wasn't doing anything. I was playing every day, but I wasn't actually. No, I wasn't playing every day for 4 years straight. There was about a good year and a half collectively where I took breaks. So let's say about 2.5 years. Okay, so for about 2.5 years, you know, barely even got through my Arbiter ranking. By the time, it was almost 4 years, believe it or not, that I finally did get a Cold Heart. And once I got my Cold Heart, it was a week after they nerfed her for Fire Knight. And I was like, fuck me. But I didn't care because she was still viable. More importantly, she was able to help me get through Spider and all the other dungeons and challenges and missions that finally did give me my Arbiter. And then I just plateaued. The game wasn't going anywhere for me. I'm not a spender. I was playing strictly free to play on the game. And I was not appreciating that it seemed like my PvP lobby, compared to what I saw on the internet, was all these late game, you know, uh, mid game fighters, and I'm still fucking around with early game fighters, and it just felt like the game was, I'm one of those. If I'm losing, I'm not going to throw money. If I'm struggling, I'm not going to throw money. Um, if I start winning, and that's the thing, you got to get me hyped up. You got to get me. I'm last man standing. Woohoo! You got to get me hyped and excited for me to want to put money into something. It's weird as fuck too because if you imagine if the stock market was operated uh, functioned on the same principles as a mobile app game would be concerned, then we'd want to be in crises all the fucking time. But as you know, the stock market does not bloom during crises. In fact, it starts to crash pretty hard, like a toddler after their 15th candy bar. Uh, so, yeah. Now I want to decide, do I want to stay here until they fucking kick me out and say lobby failed, or fuck me. Fuck it. All right. Anyway, that's it. How long have we been in this? We've been in this for 8 minutes, guys. Well, bless you for hanging out this long. Until next time, play nice, be well, and find the mini game in just about anything you find boring and tedious. You'd be surprised how much fun you